Welcome back to Holiday Season Hot Takes. Last session, we covered how Gen AI could be an out-of-the-box solution to help retailers bridge the gaps in customer engagement during the shortened holiday season. Alicia, in our last combo, you touched on it a little bit about how customer journey is more than just post-purchase, right? So we have a significant opportunity to engage with our customers in a more effective way while they are shopping, not after the fact. So, this notion of being more proactive in the engagement in the brand experience versus just doing this after the fact in a reactive manner. Where is my order? It hasn't shipped. Is it going to arrive on time? With that being said, I think that there's this interesting idea that the customer service strategy can expand significantly from the different touch points in which a retailer may choose to engage with their buyers and their customers. And I also think to some extent, given all of the challenges that retail has seen over the last 4 or 5 holiday seasons, pandemic, supply chain, economic impacts, this could be the year where those retailers who get this customer service strategy from just reactive to also being proactive, this could be the year to do that. What are your thoughts on that being such an important part of the puzzle this holiday season?
Yeah, I would 100% agree. And I think especially the economic factors are rising to the top. Largely in the conversations we're having, the research that we're covering, it's almost like a tug of war of sorts that it's happening among consumers. It's like on one side, they are very mindful of their spend. They do want
Yes.
to find the best deal possible. There's a lot of price comparison happening. But also, they are willing to shop. I mean, we have seen month over month increases in retail sales, which is great. But to that end, there's also a rise in credit usage, including buy now, pay later. So it's like that confluence of different factors. So on the consumer side, they're thinking, okay, I'm going to purchase, or I'm going to shop rather, early and often. That's why we're almost seeing this pullback of the back to school season because of Prime Day. Right. It's like this
Absolutely.
big gamified shopping event that really gets people to purchase. But then on the other hand, there's a good chunk of consumers. I think it's nearly three quarters, like 73% of consumers
Okay.
surveyed by Hubbox said they plan to hunt for more discounts around Labor Day. So it's an elongation, but you still have that fair share of consumers who are saying, hey, listen, I'm going to be shopping. I want to see what's out there, but I am going to wait if I feel like I can still get a good deal. I expect this to continue through the holiday shopping period, even though we have been covering this idea of, is Black Friday still the holiday? Is that still the
Yes.
official start of the holiday season, right? And although we have seen the rise of, post Halloween holiday shopping kickoff, and we are seeing the holiday decorations earlier.
Oh,
And I mean,
wow.
listen, I love the holidays as much as the next person, but maybe a little too much.
A little early.
We
A
are,
little early.
yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
We are seeing data indicating that no, a good share of consumers are waiting until that traditionally peak holiday shopping period, which is Black Friday and on, to ensure that they are saving, that they are getting their budgets in check, and that they are ensuring they're making the best possible decisions. So, very roundabout way of saying that because of this, it's almost like there is no cookie cutter strategy anymore for holiday planning or customer experience strategy and how that ties into marketing, advertising, and all of that. So the opportunity for CX is that
Yes.
no matter where a consumer is in this journey, whether they're very pre-purchase, let me just see what's out there. I like this brand. Let me see if there's anything interesting happening, all the way through to high intent. I have this thing that I want to get. Is this the right price? Is this the right type of product? And
Absolutely.
do you have the delivery options, the return strategy, everything else, I need to validate my decision. No matter where we are in that process, CX and, generative AI capabilities, there is that opportunity to validate and further that decision making process along. Um,
Agreed.
so so I think that's really the big opportunity, right? Being able to identify who that consumer is at the most basic fundamental needs level, and being able to nurture that relationship by providing the most helpful information at that time for them.
Absolutely. So meeting the consumer and the customer where they are in their journey and making sure that we are
Exactly.
offering the answers to the questions that they have at whatever stage that they may be in. So that way you don't lose the opportunity to make sure that that customer is engaged with your brand, is excited about what they're looking to purchase, and then ultimately has the great follow through around that. So, a few ways in how brands might do that. We talk about how there are great customer service agents and investments in that. There are opportunities to engage with the customer while they are shopping on the website, when they land on the homepage, maybe even when they've found a potential product that they're not entirely sure about. Maybe they have questions about the performance or what it actually feels like or what it's
Mm-hmm.
made of. One of the things that we've seen is that the e-commerce environment has offered this amazing opportunity to put information about products almost in overload. The amount of tabs of product descriptions, the amount of information around measurements, the amount of systems and tools that are available to position and picture a product in your space. One interesting thing, though, is that requires the consumer to know what to ask and then to go out and try and find the answer
Mm.
to that. Wondering, is there an opportunity to really make that experience more efficient? Just like when we would shop
Yeah.
in stores and work with very intelligent store associates who know the brand, who know the products. I think that there's an opportunity to leverage technology to bring that experience into the e-commerce environment and avoid putting so much onus on the shopper to find what they're looking
Mm-hmm.
for. What are you hearing about that? How are you hearing retailers talk about that very specific engagement opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's a great point. I think it ties to that idea of brands and retailers needing to be a bit more proactive. And that means understanding the consumer journey, what questions they have at specific stages, what type of content are they seeking,
Mhm.
and also understanding the content data and insights that the brand has, right? And being able to
Absolutely.
bring those two sides together. So I loved your point about product descriptions, product specs. I know I personally have had my fair share of like having to comb through lines and lines of content. And I'm a content person. I love content like
You
the
love
best of
it.
them. But when I have
Exactly.
to shovel through, mounds of words and
100%.
letters to be able to find what I'm looking for, that's going to deter me. That's going to frustrate me. So I think the opportunity there is being able to elevate those frequently asked questions or elevate those very specific categories of information like product specs, dimensions, makeup,
100%.
product care if we're thinking apparel, right? And it's about knowing one, obviously, the specific nuances of your product category, and two, what are the most common concerns? What's top of mind for the consumer for this type of product? And how can we elevate those in the product pages so it's more front and center?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if they're engaging with, say, a chatbot or automated service, how can we elevate those questions as soon as they click on, rather than having to make the customer go through these very high level, hi, nice to meet you. What can I help you with? It's like, oh, I'm not really sure if this is the right
Right.
thing. And like you're making them do all of this work to your point, which I love that explanation. Shopping should be fun. It should be inspirational. We shouldn't have to make our shoppers do all this work just to get
Do the
the
work.
the basic
Mhm.
level of information that they need.
Absolutely. And in holiday season, when Time is literally this year and figuratively of the essence.
It's ticking.
We just don't have time to trust that our consumers are going to invest in that searching for the right product, for the right answer that they need to confirm that add to cart or that order.
Yeah. And I think to that end, because time is ticking away, the
Yes,
key is how do we serve as many customers as efficiently and effectively as possible? And then
absolutely.
that really ties back to the value of generative AI, right? Being able to put that information, deliver it at scale in a relevant and compelling way. So your team doesn't have to necessarily worry about those, more basic foundational points of information, and they can really focus on the bigger issues that are happening.
Absolutely. Brands and retailers inherently understand how critical customer engagement and support are to their success. It'll be interesting to see how retailers adopt things like AI shopping assistants to scale, to take advantage of engagement opportunities early on in the buying cycle. Join us for the last session of holiday season hot takes to hear how retailers can measure customer success as a revenue driver instead of a cost center. See you then.